world. Welcome back to another Hardwood and AstroTurf Talk Show, people. We're back again. Sorry for the late start. Some technical difficulties happening in the background, but we get it sorted and we get it solved and we're ready to go for this week. Oh boy. We're getting on, fellas. Everything blessed?
Life good, man. Life good. Life good.
Everybody want life like yours, happy man.
Life like mine.
I say he life good, so I
Shout out
guess I
to
got to
Drake.
go for real.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
Future.
TPN. Shout out to TPN.
Shout out to TPN.
Yeah.
Was the action rave on?
What I just here?
Everything blessed?
Everything blessed as can be, and as good as Hakeem, but hey, alright.
Yeah.
Man, you gonna
Yesterday,
get from that man level, yo.
yesterday celebrated another
Wait, yeah, another year around the sun.
Another
Yeah,
year
yeah.
on the sun.
Big yourself, Hakeem. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, my brother.
birthday.
Thank you.
Big win.
Yeah.
The man is
That's
known.
way like so good.
You know? So it was treated well, so life is
Who knows what
pretty
happened
good.
yesterday?
Pardon me?
He was treated
I
well. That
said,
could
who
only mean
knows what
one
happened
thing.
yesterday?
He was
Yes,
treated well. That could only mean
What is understood doesn't need to be explained.
I feel
Fair
that.
enough, fair enough. Peoples, welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the Hospital Live. Glad that you guys are here today. We got some interesting things to talk about and some new things to try out as well for the stream. As always, if you haven't already, follow us on our social media platforms. It's in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. At Hastro Bros on all platforms that you see there. And if you're already in the stream, you know what to do. Leave a like on the video and then subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what we're going to be talking about and how we present what we present. So let's start off with our marquee matchup recap from last week. First, we had Cleveland versus Utah Jazz. Any thoughts on those games?
Donovan Mitchell dropped the hammer on Utah Jazz, man. I have 46 points. He had a point to prove going back to his old stomping ground. It's unfortunate he couldn't get the win, but he was lethal. He was lethal.
Fair point. Who in that wrong again?
Nobody. That's what- Nobody.
Everybody with the
All we
Cavs.
get
Everybody
one.
with the Cavs.
All we get one. All we get one for
Uh,
the whole time.
Yo.
We can pull out the predictions.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
I have so much faith in Mitchell and the Cavs, but I just don't know they couldn't hold on.
Yeah. I just watched the Jazz and Timberwolves play. Jazz winning at the end, at the edge. I don't know how many close games the Jazz win for the season, boy, but it's been a lot. Down to the wire, high scoring games that
They
they win.
clearly have that clutch
Yeah.
gene going on.
For sure, man. Like,
Or them just got that dog in them.
yeah,
It might not
yeah.
be so much
That's
cut.
true. That's true. Yeah, that's how they be playing. That's the identity of our team right now. So playing with a chip on their shoulder. So
Fighting for every point.
if
Down
it
to
going
the
down to the
wire.
wire, the Jazz right now probably can beat you in a game like that. Truthfully,
Some boy got unplugged them though.
yeah, you got to punch them in the mouth. Straight.
Jeez.
Same Laurie dropped 25 points,
Yeah,
and
but
Jordan Clarkson still comes off the bench. I can't.
Uh,
He's starting no? No, he's starter. Yeah,
I think he will usually
Dr-
start. No,
dropped 32 points. Oh my God,
yeah. So that
Clarkson was
game,
balling.
yeah, that game, yeah, I know Donovan Mitchell would have come out to play a strong game, which he did. It was fun to
He
see.
had to. He had to.
Yeah, I guess, but
Come on, man. They may trade him away. You gotta prove a point. Whenever you go back to your old team, you gotta show them what they're missing out on.
well, true.
So, man, drop a 40 piece.
But still take the L though. That's you want to go home with
Still
the
wouldn't
W though.
know.
Exactly. You want to go. I didn't
He
want to go home
wants
with
to,
that prediction more on my team. So he let me know.
But I know for sure every fan, all the coaching staff from Utah Jazz was like, "Ooh, we let a good one get away. Damn, we let a good one get away."
I highly doubt because you know what?
Really though,
They make home
Nah.
with a W. That's what it is.
Exactly.
again a series of 7, they can't handle Cavaliers. No, a series of 7
It don't matter.
cannot handle
It don't
Cavaliers.
matter because they may go away with
Are
that.
you saying?
Yeah, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It don't matter to
In
them.
playoff time, buddy.
Exactly. Even then, them if you can face each other in playoffs, two different
You
conferences.
get
But
exactly. You get beat. You get
you
beat.
get beat,
It is what it is.
and them is only play them twice a year, so you get beat. You ain't really got to see them. So take them in and run along. Happy, happy, happy.
They went around. All right.
Man, put a spoke in my wheel for real.
All
I
of me.
knew Hakim had the potential to get at least one with our last prediction, which we will get to eventually. But let me talk about Pacers versus Knicks. This was kind of, you know, we knew this was going to happen this way. So,
No,
Which team you chose again, Hassel?
huh?
Which team did you choose again?
I'm pretty sure he chose Pacers.
But the next man,
Yeah,
Next
the
week?
Knicks win.
yes, no.
Yeah.
That's what we only get. All of you only get one. You know, I can't get the next game of all the games.
I thought. Oh
Nah.
my god!
Bruh.
Oh my god!
Bruh.
I can
What
get the
is that?
next game of all the games, and we get the next one.
My boy Jalen
How the man
Brunson
made the
came out.
worst prediction? Like
But
the one that seemed so obvious.
The Nets been playing pretty
Nah,
good
yeah,
basketball,
the
you know.
Nets haven't been bad, truthfully. But I
Jalen
would, I, would, I,
Brunson
I,
and
like
RJ
I like the
Barrett.
Pacers over the Knicks though, but they haven't been bad.
Man,
See that trade for Brunson that's been paying off. That to me that's the difference in this Nets team. I know
agree.
Julius Randle been falling off a bit. I think he can't carry a franchise, but no, you got
Wow,
Brunson to carry the load. Randle can't carry a franchise,
Nah,
man.
but
Especially not
actually,
playoffs.
nah. You want nobody disagree with you? This is yes, it is a product of Jalen Brunson, but a product of Julius Randle too. Even though he has been kind of hot and cold for the season, he had a stretch there where he was shooting the ball well. If Julius Randle is shooting the ball well, he can have a. I guess you can say so for anybody, but if Julius Randle
Yeah.
is shooting the ball well, he's gonna have a All-Star caliber season, which he kind of having right now. Um,
This was him 2 years ago, and then he burned out in the playoffs.
right,
Not,
because he's not. I
he
just don't
can't
think
carry
that
the he
Julius
can't
Randle
carry the
that good.
team.
Like,
Yeah, he can't carry the franchise. A franchise like the Knicks, all their history
the
and
man trying
glory.
to manage. The man trying to load manage. That's what he hot and cold.
Trying to manage.
Yeah,
He ain't a Kawhi. He is no Kawhi.
Lord
But
management.
Kawhi ain't no Kawhi at this point in time.
Well, Kawhi had 30 saying last night. Talk your talk.
Kawhi ain't no
Kawhi coming
Kawhi.
back up. Talk your talk, man.
Eventually, but Kawhi ain't no Kawhi in my opinion. He
Yeah.
out there skipping and eating popcorn at the games and things before he come out and play
Yeah.
basketball
He was a
like
tyrant for
everybody
true.
else. Talk about low man. He want me playing basketball till he's 15. He want me like the longest running NBA player of all time or something.
I think so. He just.
It pays off for him. It pays
Yeah.
off for him. He has to know your body any day.
Work for him. But
and it-
basketball is a team sport. This in
And,
tennis.
when the team needs him the most, he'll be there to play. He'll be there to play. But the Clippers looking pretty deep this year, so I think they have a good shot. Everyone's back. Paul George is back. Kawhi is back. They got John Wall playing at a good level. Like, they're looking dangerous this year.
Kawhi is back till he's not back anymore.
We shall see.
I want to see this for real. Well, then again, we are halfway and
Yeah,
playoffs come up
we
pretty
just about
soon,
halfway.
Mhm.
Yeah,
pretty quick, so yeah. Anyways,
That's-
last one, Milwaukee versus Heat. I thought that if any Hakim would have gotten, to be honest, would have been this one,
But,
just because Butt's got that potential. But
Giannis didn't play.
Yeah, I
Yes, that.
didn't expect that.
Yeah. Me neither.
Right.
So,
that's exactly
What
that's
was
I'm
it-
saying.
what was
If-
the reasoning?
If any,
Oh,
looking
yeah,
at
I've
it from
seen it too.
hindsight, like if any Hakim would have won, it probably would have been this one, if anything.
So you may want to answer.
I mean, one, two, But-
We need to see him, boy.
right? But I looking at trends. I looking
Nah,
at
so don't-
trends.
Hassel, so you may put 2 or 3 in a row. Like you may want Hassel.
I talking about trends, B.
Mm.
I would have give you this one, but hey, look, I thankful for any of. I ain't complaining because this week was terrible, as you guys can see.
yeah. But this one, Giannis out due to knee soreness. But from the time Giannis was out in this game, I just say Giannis is really who has drove this team. Drew Holiday to some extent. If Chris Middleton was there, then fine, but he
Yeah,
is
they
not there
probably could have
also.
held on.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Heat playing pretty good basketball. They also missing some players too. Jimmy Butler did play in this game, but he he didn't really have like that big of a, I don't know how to put
Impact.
it.
Yeah, he didn't really, he may only have 16 points. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
that's neither
defensively,
here nor there.
defensively, Jimmy Butler is be pretty
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 solid.
strong. Yeah,
But he didn't even play high minutes from seeing. He played about 27
yeah,
minutes, so he didn't play a lot of minutes.
hmm
Is he fresh off of an injury?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. So they got to ease him into the lineup.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
that's
that
expected.
was
But
more load management than anything else.
so
Um,
on this new phrase,
but they also got, yeah, boy. They also got Hero, who's been playing really good as well.
yeah. I think
I
Hero
don't
was
think he
out.
played it.
Yeah,
Did he play?
Hero was
But did he
out
play in
as
this
well.
match?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think he played in this match.
Yo,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
like a lot
seeing
of guys.
Ryan.
Bam
Victor
played
Oladipo
though.
played.
Yeah,
Gabe Vincent dropped 27. He was the top scorer for the Heat.
yeah,
Bam Adebayo got contributed 20 points. So the
that's
Heat
standard
also have a pretty
procedures.
deep team as well. They have
yeah.
a good experienced team, a good set of veterans. They know that people can legitimate scores. So they actually got a pretty decent team as well. But if Giannis was there, I'm pretty sure it would have been a different outcome. Hands down.
For sure, for sure, for sure, for
Hands
sure,
hands down.
for sure, for
I
sure, for
still
sure.
feel the Heat would have been though. To be honest.
Nah,
I put the Heat to win. I didn't know that they were missing so many guys, truthfully. But you never know until the actual day sometimes.
Exactly.
So, I figured if they had their full
Plus,
complement, they would have
this
been
game
great.
happened almost a week after the prediction, so
Yeah, almost.
a,
Yeah,
a lot could have
yeah,
happened.
correct.
Um,
So,
right now the Heat are in seventh position in the East. They're about 3 games behind the Bucks. That's not many games, but they right now looking at with these kind of injuries. If they don't get back from their key players, they might even fall to the playoff position or automatic spot, I should say.
I still think that they got a long season to go. I feel like the Heat always find a way. Like last year, they had a bunch of injuries last year too, and they still find a way to be like almost number one in the East. So I just don't have any doubts about them at all. They always seem to find a way somehow, some way.
seems like that's a hint to some prediction coming in the future.
I know we
Sounds
talking
so, but I don't know.
about.
I don't
I
know
know we
man,
talking
how,
about. I know
how
we
you know
talking
how far
about.
he
I
can
ain't getting
get.
that far.
You're getting out for it. All
Uh,
right. I'm gonna drag it in. So people's one measly point for every single person on the panel here
it's
tonight
true.
from last week's prediction. Hopefully this week's prediction could go a lot better for myself. I ain't really sure how I feel about the others' performance really, because
What
I trying to win this thing. Last time Ray won't win this thing, and
I coming back again.
it's time for a new king to be crowned, buddy.
The new king.
A new king to be crowned.
Two Pete. That's what you can
Huh?
see. Two
Nah,
Pete.
no way.
Two Pete. Two
Okay,
Pete.
okay. We'll see. We shall see. I ain't letting up off the gap. This week was my week to give you all a chance to catch back up what both of y'all feel. So I guess
But
I back
again,
in the groove. I back in the groove of things now. So
look, Hans, I'm trying to find excuses, but he gave me a chance. He gave me a chance. I 1 point behind this man, you know, he talking about chances. You can never be given any chances at this
yeah,
critical
chances.
juncture.
I
Come
let
on,
off.
man.
Yeah, I let off the accelerator a little bit
Come on.
to see if you would have catch up, but
Right.
you better shift.
Sam, you injured, buddy.
You better shift the gears, brother.
Right.
Sarah, you injured, buddy.
Right.
Let me moving, sorry, to the shout outs for this week. Some NBA shout outs. We start with Ja. Ja is like I've always said, he's the most exciting player in the league to watch.
Ja
Right.
has
Hands
that
down.
dog in it.
Ja
Ja-
got
Ja
more than a
has that
dog.
A dire wolf.
Like Ja is so insane when it comes to athleticism.
Look at this, no boy. This man.
Yo, the way he caught back the ball,
Look,
right? Like,
the man put his hand all the way about to Afghanistan, boy. I say, come here, look.
uh-huh.
Look. What the hell? Look.
the fact, the fact that he bring it from horizontal to
Yeah,
horizontal, like,
exactly.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
but
Yo,
at this point, there's no way. If I in the NBA, there's no way I see a job with a clear runway to the ring. I am
you
not
got
jumping with this man at all. Cause
we got to fight. We got to fight after that. You can't dunk the ball on me like that. And expect everything to be cool. We know buddies after that. That's a problem.
Ah,
He
I watched an
disrespected that.
interview.
He disrespected that man.
I watched an interview with Ja, right? My aunt's Ja, this is paraphrasing, who you want to dunk on most in the league. And my aunt said, EVERYBODY. Everybody. So you know that Ja on a mission to
yeah,
dunk on whoever
no
in
mercy
front
for a
of
boy.
him. Yo,
He's about that sport.
Yeah, he is.
I ain't gonna lie though. Most
That
exciting player for me.
that dunk was dirty. That dunk was dirty. I mean, has he dunked on Embiid or Giannis? Because
Nah.
it's good to look good against these men your
Yeah.
height. When you start
Wait, that money.
real,
Are
When
they
you
not
talk about that money,
moving?
that money is not his
Real-
height.
the
Hakeem.
real impressive dunks will be on people like
Hakeem.
Jokic, Giannis, Embiid. When you dunk on the players, that's when you get the ultimate respect.
But how height?
You might already got
talking about
respect.
all right, caliber player
These are
playing.
those are defensive. Those are defensive oriented players. Those are
Jokic.
Well, he's not as defensive as Giannis and Embiid, but he's going to defend. Giannis, defensive player of the year, but Embiid is not that. But Embiid had that kind of caliber. You can't like that's like Jordan trying to dunk on Matumbo. He got him.
Wait.
You got to dunk on those players.
Question. Embiid ever get dunk on?
Of course.
Probably for sure, of course.
Okay.
Every
Jokic
player
ever
will
get
have
dunk on?
Probably.
I can't remember seeing that one.
Yeah, I
I
didn't say,
can't remember.
but probably.
I can't remember seeing that highlight.
Present the opportunity and jog and deliver.
Exactly.
Mark my words.
But another thing, Ja don't got enough
Any
chances
open
to play them and all them Giannis and Embiid in the East. If Ja had
Exactly.
enough chances to play them in, one of them would get dunked on at some point.
Giannis ain't taller than that. Giannis a hard foul that man first. There's no way.
Yo, I can't even remember who it was that I see dunk on Giannis. And it was a soft dunk too. It wasn't like a
Giannis probably tearing his last legs.
terrible.
You feel that Giannis
Whoa.
invincible?
Giannis is.
All
Giannis
these
don't
minutes
tolerate
get a
that
head
kind of
crack
behavior.
at some point. Everybody.
Some point.
No matter
You got to
how much
take one.
defensive specialist you is, head crack. Anybody could get a head crack at any given time.
You feel
Don't
Giannis is
talk
Humpty
about
Dumpty?
if you get your head cracked away from home. The fans can go crazy for a minute. All
Man,
next
don't
two
play.
plays fans still screaming from that dunk. So don't get your head cracked
Right
away
in.
from home.
So would you guys say that right now that's dunk of the year?
Gotta be.
So far?
Gotta be so far. Cause you know what I'm saying, that's crazy when it come out too from the same man.
Yeah.
For the same man. In this same game he had a stupid block too. Like, and I think the contact has goaltending, but the man hand was pretty much almost at the top of the backboard. It's a block of ball. Unbelievable. The man hearts ain't seeing for us. What, he's like 6'2"?
6'2", 6'3". He's not that. Yeah, he ain't that tall.
Relative to NBA standards.
And of course.
Oh, the
Madness, man.
man used to talk about Air Jordan, right? But
All right, I don't know if we
Yeah.
could compare them. I don't know if we could compare them.
Ja-
Jordan,
Ja on a different level.
at least Jordan won the dunk contest. I mean,
Yeah,
in terms of
Josh should do it, man. I don't know why.
Ja don't need a contest. Ja can display everything on the night. That's
he
what
can't-
Ja about.
Yeah,
you feel
true.
Ja can. They got people who are in-game dunkers and then
Yeah,
people
they-
who
right.
are actual
So,
dunkers.
Yeah, perform.
I don't know if Ja. He definitely has a personality, but is he creative to actually come up with these dunks
Right.
to really hold the spotlight and like shine?
Right.
You gotta come up. I don't think Zach Levine's ever gonna do it again or Aaron Gordon for sure.
Yeah.
But those
Especially
guys-
Aaron
which
Gordon.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon has ball. I don't think I could do it again if it was Aaron Gordon.
That's true.
All right,
But you
which
can tell no one wants to be in this competition because they actually bring a player from the G League. First time ever in history. They bring a player from the
That's
G
so
League
sad, B.
to be in the dunk contest. So you know things are falling off.
For sure.
But on that point, which format does get the most cheers? Cracking somebody
He
head
used
in game or a dunk contest?
he, probably in the game right now. I
Yeah.
don't feel the last couple
Right
years dunk
now,
contest has been
regardless, be
Yeah, I think
anybody
regardless,
get the head crack
anybody
in the
get a head crack in
game
the game is a big thing.
is
yeah, but that
crazy.
dunk contest used to be different back in the day.
Yeah, true. It used to be
That
more
used to
exciting,
that
but
But
used
that
to
was
be
when it
different.
was new and people was doing
no,
new
it
stuff.
wasn't new. It's just
Nah,
that
up
it's
to like a
just
couple
about
years
who
ago,
do
like
Like
it.
4 or 5.
It's about who
it
do
was
it.
fresh, be like no is kind of boring for the most part.
No one wants to risk injury.
Yeah,
I think it's also a case that is it's hard to come up with new
new
dunks.
dunks. Yeah,
You
because it's
got
been on
people
for
doing
so
these,
long. Yeah,
yeah. We got people doing these extravagant dunks. It's like how can you do something that the judges have never seen before? They could be like, oh, that's a good dunk,
yeah.
but I saw that in '82. I saw that in '97. That's not surprising.
Yeah.
You gotta come with something different, and then that's what people do all the theatrics now, and dressing as a Black Panther like Oladipo. I can't remember. I think it was 20. I can't remember what year it was, but
Yeah.
he dressed as Black Panther one year. Dwight Howard as Superman. Like you put on the show, got to keep it, make it exciting. So because the creativity is not there for the dunks as it used to be,
Yeah.
getting a little stale.
That's a fair point. But I still think in game dunks for me this resonate a lot more than a dunk contest.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
even in dunk contest you got multiple tries to do something crazy.
Yeah, and then
In
but
game,
for the time you don't get on the first try too, it's just be like
yeah.
It's still,
yeah, it's like
it's still,
I really want to see this no more.
a little, but it's still
Because you
impressed
already see
nonetheless.
what about to happen, right? And he miss it, and then he's
Exactly.
like, all right, he could get it.
Yeah.
It's possible. It would be cool if he get it. But you see in game, bring that head
Yeah.
up
But
here.
it's normally just power in the game, and unfortunately too, a defender could actually be trying to trap back. It could be a case where if LeBron dunk on, I think it was Jason Terry when he's playing for Celtics at the time.
Yeah.
And poor Terry didn't know what's going on. He look at the guard one guy go
Yeah.
alley hoop over the other side,
Yeah.
and LeBron just
Just trade them
Put
right
the
in
hammer,
his face.
put
He
the
even had a
hammer.
chance to move.
yeah.
Nothing.
And so that's unfortunate. So those kind of situations is you have to feel sorry for the defender. So
But that's even worse humiliation because you lost.
Exactly. Like the man got you forfeit on the court. And then the man come
Man
out,
got
no,
you
can you
spinning
chest? Like terrible. It's
that was
embarrassing.
embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
Speaking of LeBron though, my man getting up there in point counts, about to reach 38,000 point.
About to?
Has he reached it already?
Yes.
Or he reached it
Already?
already? Yeah. Yeah, he's the second player
Yeah.
ever.
Second player ever
38
on the way to breaking
38K.
300 and something points away from breaking
362, I think.
Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, record.
300. Ooh.
Or 63, yeah.
And my man said that he ain't leaving the league till he play with Bronny. So
He breaking it for sure.
That's
For sure.
Well, he
For
can
sure.
break it.
Best
LeBron could
believe.
score 307
18
points
points.
over the next over the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
in the
10
next couple of
games.
days. Be like,
He could do that.
Yeah.
If he had an average 36 points for the next 10 games, he would get there.
Mhm.
But realistically, let's take his time. Trying to preserve.
yeah, we
preserve
still got a
the
long
body.
season.
Yeah, a long season
I'm
ago. He
pretty
can
sure by
score.
next month.
He can score. He
By
can
the
score
end of
18
next month,
points a
he will
game.
have it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But question on that though, because you know that when that happened, people can ask who was
Who's
the
the
better
goat?
scorer, right? And which metric will you look at? Will you look at who had the most points or the time frame in which the points were taken?
I would say
I think
the time frame because
You got
if
you,
you got
always
more
gotta
time,
look
you
at the
got
break,
yeah,
right?
yeah. If you got more time, you have more opportunity to score more points. And if you do it, then fine. But if you score a lot of points in a little bit of time, that you gotta be on an insane heater. Truthfully, like, you
Right.
gotta be getting buckets at an extremely high level.
I don't know if I could agree with that. I mean, that's one take two, right? But essentially, what you're saying is, I have a car. I'm going to speed and drive as fast as I can until the engine burns out or is destroyed. But if you take your time and speed at a nice speed, you ain't gonna burn out. Accelerate. I go the fastest you can. You're gonna get more distance, more kilometers, last longer, high performance. So you guys looking at players who get these points in the short amount of games. But LeBron is now the second highest scorer in NBA history. Well, he actually was for a while now, but he has 38,000 points. He's second player ever to get 38,000 points. That's no easy feat. So he's been performing at a high level for a long period of time. So you can't discount his performance just because he's been able to do it for 18 years. Is
We
the
ain't
reason
discounting it.
I
We
just
just
but that
saying that
but no, but so a man who else is going there besides him? No one except for Kareem.
Kareem.
So
But the
players have
only way to
tried
get there is
and
if you
failed.
play alone, and this is no discredit to LeBron's longevity because it's been absolutely phenomenal. At the same time,
But it
if you
has to
got
be
a man that
considered in the
play,
goat. It has to be considered in the goat debate.
all right,
Wait,
tell me this, LeBron.
everybody has the
but my
choice to
question
play.
was
Tell me
not
this.
about the GOAT.
Yeah, yeah.
My question was about who is the better scorer, like point
If yeah, he
scorer.
was saying who's the better point scorer. If this body had less time than this body to do this, and I saying if it's the case, a man had played 10, 11 years in the league. LeBron played 20. LeBron in his 20th season, and that man
Mhm.
in those 11 years scored 30,000 points.
That's 2 points to LeBron's one
Like
almost.
that's insane. That's a whole
But
9 year
that's
difference, and it's
hypothetical.
still
That's
no no.
hypothetical.
Who-
Who scored 30,000 points in 11 years?
Again, I ain't know who it is. I
That
ain't
But
can't
know.
we just saying
We
But
just
what,
that
said that can't happen. 30,000 points in 11 years. Who's Michael Jordan on steroids?
but
Come on.
what
man, don't
year
take it
KD in?
as literal and
KD,
face value. Just understand the
but
concept
that's the
that
concept behind
great.
what the question at hand. So I'm saying, if you
Right.
got somebody that score a lot of points in less time, but you say that they're the better scorer.
All right, that's like looking at
Yes or
try,
no?
try, no,
Oh,
because
you can say no.
that's a saying. That's just saying somebody has a great. They're highly skilled, have a lot of talent, but then they get injured or they don't have the mentality to keep
Nobody,
performing at that level.
nobody talking about
See,
injury or mentality or anything like that. It's just numbers. If you score 30,000 points in 12 years, and this body take 18 years to score 30,000 points, who's the better scorer? Full stop. That's just really
It-
the
it's
question mark.
numbers, buddy. It's
yeah,
numbers.
but
In a deep,
we ain't talking about chump change. You gotta be realistic with it. You gotta be realistic with this. 38,000 points is no joke.
It is no
So
joke.
exactly.
no
So if
one's
a
gonna like
man
no,
do it in far less games or
right
seasons,
now. Wait,
then he
wait.
gonna be better.
So
If,
so
if
what
30
so we're
points
trying to
ain't
say
no
so we're
joke.
trying to say then LeBron is better than Kareem for sure. That's what we're trying to say
But Kareem
because
take what
What?
take no Kareem take like 20,
Kareem is has Kareem not
20
taken
years.
but has not Kareem played more games?
I will go look and see. I think LeBron got real miles on his body.
If he played more games than LeBron, then would you say that he's a better you call it?
Kareem right now I'm saying Kareem played about 1,560 games.
Hmm.
And LeBron,
Let me see LeBron 1399.
alright,
1399.
LeBron is a better scorer than Kareem, but that's what I would say because it take he less games
Right.
to reach the feat that Kareem reached.
Over more seasons. So like, he's been playing over more years, but he's gone there in much fewer
But
games.
but LeBron in year 20, well yeah that's true. But he didn't play
Yeah,
as many
he played
games. Yeah,
more years,
yeah,
but fewer
yeah.
games.
hmm
So when you talk about the engine, or who's the engine?
Yeah, man, that's 20 years. LeBron got the engine, and he's more skilled. He has it all. He has it all. Case closed. Next topic.
Hakeem, man, Hakeem make me laugh here. But all that to say, congrats to LeBron. I know he's going to reach it. Um,
I would hope so. I would hope so.
in a
Ain't
whole
that
Something
a whole
something tragic will
at
have
this
to
point?
happen. Not what
bruh,
not would
jeez,
not
you
would.
had to bring that up. No,
Come
you
on,
man
man.
can get it. You man can get it. Positivity, and he deserve it too. Like
Oh,
he's
most definitely.
yeah,
Kareem was a little
proven
sour about
his
that as well too. But
That's he
I think he's
business.
recognized. Yeah, I think he's recognized that he should vote gracefully.
All right then. Wait, come on,
records are
man.
meant to be broken, man.
Man, he named
It's
some
what
men
it is.
in NBA history, both on the court
Regardless,
and off the court. So like LeBron, one of the greatest of all time, breaking that record. Like, you gotta have some respect. I know the man probably salty, but that's the competitive nature of NBA
Of
players,
these players, yeah.
especially who have made it to those heights on a
hmm
whole. But still,
He
man.
probably scared that LeBron might just erase his name from other people most because no, his name's not going to be synonymous with the most
Yeah,
points in the NBA
yeah,
anymore,
yeah.
right?
That's exactly what it is. But
Anybody else don't really talk about it
you
after
should have
him.
scored more points than Kareem, because I
Yeah.
don't understand. Score 40,000.
Anyways, we can take a break here, and then when we come back, we got something new for you guys. So stay tuned to see what it is. We'll be back in a few peoples. We are back, peoples. We are about to do something fresh, something new. You guys can let us know what you think about it, but we got a trivia game to play
Yes, sir.
on the panel. Right, one, you start us off. I feel like we should have like this little intro trivia or something like that. You
Something we could work on it.
know? Start it off.
Get a little
But yeah,
something.
Yeah.
All right, so
um,
we're gonna play a little NBA trivia. So we're gonna have a round. Everyone is going to go against each other. So first we're gonna have Hakeem versus Hans, and
Yeah, let's see if you could handle this smart, brother.
Hakeem and Hans both will get two questions each, where they would answer on their own, no contest to it, and then there could be one question where you guys could, whoever, I guess, who could say me the fastest, would get to answer the question.
Okay.
Not like that. Not like that at all. Okay.
that remind me warm me off Sesame Street.
Where, where me on Sesame Street?
That worm that's be with Oscar the Grouch.
Oh, say,
I don't think I remember this. It's worth.
Come on, bro. You can't
man,
forget a channel like that. Come on, bro.
man, Hakeem had channels. We had to watch CBC
Oh
for
yeah,
the
that's
evening.
true.
We had to watch CBC for the evening.
I can't remember
Yeah,
this from
even
anywhere.
after school. Right after school, Sesame Street. First thing I watch. Anyways, there
So,
you go. I ready.
first question: what NBA player has the most league MVPs? And I'm going to list you.
Who's this going to?
Well, Hansel first. Sorry.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah. What NBA player has won the most league MVPs? You have four options. The first option is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, or LeBron James. I'll say it again. What NBA player has won the most league MVPs? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, or LeBron James?
Oh boy, it's man in trouble.
Um,
You should go 10 limit on this.
Yes, actually,
LeBron,
30 seconds. I can put it on.
30
LeBron.
seconds, but
I can
10.
say LeBron. I can say
And
LeBron.
can't be LeBron, man.
Incorrect, sir.
Kareem, who it is?
Oh, Michael Jordan.
It is Kareem.
Scream?
Yeah.
Kareem.
How
It
many?
gotta be one of the
Six.
two men that got the most points, man. I don't know. You telling yourself you would have get wrong too.
Look at
It
he's.
I'm
wasn't,
minus one.
it wasn't my question.
I'm minus one for you, buddy.
All
You
right.
answering people questions minus one.
Next question, Hakeem. Oh, this is an easy one. What
Right.
teammates were nicknamed the Splash Brothers?
Yo,
What teammates were nicknamed? What teammates were nicknamed the
Steph
Splash
Curry and
Brothers?
Klay Thompson, man. Let's go!
All right, I didn't get to read the options,
Steph
but
Curry and Kevin Durant.
that is correct. Hakeem.
Hans, you in trouble, man.
Hey.
Question number
That's
2 for
my
Hans,
Kevin.
uncontested. How many points did LeBron James score in his first NBA game? Gee, boy.
Ooh,
Who he was playing for at the time?
Cavaliers.
Cavaliers. The options are 19,
no options? Yeah.
25, 41, and 61. How many points did LeBron James score in his first NBA game? Is it 19, 25, 41, or 61? I put in 30 seconds on my stopwatch.
I feel that's too much time. 30 seconds? Hassel, come on, man.
25. 25 points.
Lucky guess, man.
Hey,
Hey!
balling with sauce. Balling.
Huh?
All right, Hakeem's
I
second
started
question,
off.
uncontested. Who is the highest scoring foreign-born player in
Jeez.
NBA history?
Really?
Who is the highest scoring foreign-born player in NBA history?
I can answer that before
Hakeem
even getting to
Olajuwon, Dirk Nowitzki, That left shrimp or Yao Min? Hakeem Olajuwon, Dirk Nowitzki, that left shrimp or Yao Min?
I'm going with
Bank
Dirk.
on yourself.
I'm going with Dirk.
That
Dirk.
is correct. Dirk Nowitzki is the
That's
answer.
such a guess.
Nah, I know it's not Hakeem. Come on, bro. I mean, believe in myself, but I know it ain't Hakeem.
All right.
That's such a lucky guess.
So
Dirk
this
plays too many years. Dirk played too many seasons, man.
so this next question is for whoever can answer the fastest. Even if I don't read out
The
the
first question.
options. So who was the
You,
shortest
you can't
player?
look at the question, Hakeem.
Who was the shortest player
I
in
can't look at
NBA
it.
history?
You,
Who's
you, you,
good,
you
man?
can't.
Who is the
Muggsy.
shortest?
Muggsy, it's not
You
Muggsy.
can't look at the.
I ain't looking at it. I ain't looking at it. But the man that played with Michael Jordan,
Muggsy,
Michael
Muggsy,
Jordan era.
Muggsy. Muggsy.
I can't remember the last name. I was
You
thinking.
gotta say the last. You gotta say the last name.
All right, then Hansel.
What?
You gonna say the last name? Hansel don't count.
Muggsy Bogues or
All right.
whoever he's called.
Yes, correct.
All right, you get that
All
one.
right.
Action. Yeah, action.
All right.
So I win because I get
Yeah,
that.
you
Two all.
get it,
It's
yeah,
two
you-
all. It's two
no,
all. It's two all. You get
maybe-
one wrong. You get your first one wrong,
You
Hansel.
get the first one. Well, yeah, is
Hansel, you can't
it's
keep
3-all.
count.
So we
It's
gotta
2
get.
all.
Wait.
2 all. 2 all.
Yeah, it's 2-all because Hans, you got the first one wrong, and then you got.
There's no way the last question could be worth 1 point.
Of course, Hansel. You come on, Hansel.
So it should.
It's my begging for the
Grandmother
W.
cuckoo and saltfish, man.
Let's keep it pushing.
All right. So on to the next matchup.
All right, peoples, I can take over because this horse game we 1 point for toss up questions.
All right. Next time.
There we go.
Next time we will do it for.
I deserve 5 points. Anyways,
Whoa.
right one.
5 points.
This one for you. Which Atlanta Hawk was introduced into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame as both a coach and a player? Cliff Hagan, Lenny Wilkins, Walt Bellamy, or Dominique Wilkins? I'll read it again. Which Atlanta Hawk was introduced into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame as both a coach and a player? Cliff Hagan, Lenny Wilkins, Walt Bellamy, or Dominic Wilkins, sorry.
Who's the Wilkins? Was he Wilkins name again?
Lenny Wilkins
Lenny.
or Dominic Wilkins, yeah.
I would say Dominique Wilkins.
Answer. You are incorrect. I don't even know who it is. Oh, it's Lenny Wilkins.
That's crazy. You know, I was
Lenny
gonna say
Wilkins.
that name because I don't know who the hell that man is.
Uh,
I heard Cliff Hagan, Walt Bellamy, and Dominique Wilkins. That's the only Hawks person that I know for sure. I didn't know Walt Bellamy played for the Hawks, but it is what it is.
that's tough.
One don't. Let's go,
Let me
Alex.
go.
Let's go.
Hakeem, sir. What college team did Kevin Garnett play for before being drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves? Is it Duke Blue Devils?
You say Kevin Garnett? Okay. Mhm.
Kevin Garnett. Is it Duke Blue Devils? He didn't attend college. UCLA Bruins or Kentucky Wildcats? What college team did Kevin Garnett play for before being drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves? Duke Blue Devils. He didn't attend college. UCLA Bruins or Kentucky Wildcats?
He didn't attend college.
Say again?
He didn't attend college.
Ding, ding, ding.
I know this thing
Correct,
is relevant.
correct. I probably would have guessed the same thing too, but congrats.
No guessing about here. No guessing about here. He doesn't rep. He never reps at college, and I remember Kevin Garnett story.
Ah, fair enough. I must be paying attention.
After
Brave one, back at you, sir. You got to
Yes,
get
sir.
this one correct. Which NBA player is featured in a Super Nintendo game called Combat Basketball? Is it
What?
Shaquille O'Neal, Ron Artest, Bill Laimbeer, or Dennis Rodman? Which NBA player is featured in a Super Nintendo game called combat basketball.
I
Shaquille
might,
O'Neal,
I might guess one wrong, boy.
Ron Artest,
I genuinely
Bill
don't know.
Laimbeer, or Dennis Rodman.
I,
Come on, you got this.
I will go with
Don't
Dennis
think too
Rodman.
hard. Nope,
What the hell?
it's
I would
Bill
have done.
Laimbeer.
What? Who? I didn't even know who that is. Me.
Bro, Super
Gone there.
Nintendo is way back when, so you gotta call a name from
But
way back
Super
when.
Nintendo
How
could be
far?
any
How
time
far
with
back
Dennis
is back?
Rodman. Yeah, like Dennis Rodman was around in the 80s, 90s.
Eh,
That's
I guess.
crazy. And I feel like he would be somebody to do something like that, like this being a random game.
Yeah, you match
That's,
your personality
yeah,
with something like
yeah,
that. Okay.
exactly. Shaq would do it too,
Fair
because
enough.
Shaq is just do anything. But
Yeah, he's doing
He's
everything.
everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, but that was incorrect.
0 for 2.
0 for 2, that's crazy, yo.
Over to that as well, I know. Hakeem, which NBA All Star pitched a shutout for the Chicago White Sox?
Oh,
Is it Oscar Robertson, Dave? I can't pronounce that, so don't even call it. And Danny Ainge and Michael Jordan. So Oscar Robertson,
What was the question? What was the question?
which NBA All Star pitched
Mhm.
a shutout for the Chicago White Sox? Is it Oscar Robertson, Dave DeBusschere? I think that's how you pronounce that. Danny Ainge or Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
Really, bro? Because he had just because he had an MLB story don't mean that he pitched a shutout.
what's
Come
the
on,
answer?
bro.
In Chicago?
I don't. It's Dave.
Dave
the
the Boucher.
Yes, sir. I knew he was going to say Michael Jordan based on his stories. you know.
Nah, what was it?
Yes, I knew it. I
And
knew
you look
it.
at Danny Ainge. Come on, he in Boston. There's
Boston,
no way he
yeah.
going Chicago. And then who was the other player? Who was the first name he called?
Dave the
Oscar
Boucher.
Robertson.
Nah, Dave the Boucher.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. I think he used to play in the West.
He used to play for the Bucks.
He was the East. For Bucks. Okay.
But
And
this is MLB. This ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah,
basketball.
no,
Yeah,
but
but no,
you're
but
right. You're right.
it-
You're right. You're right. You
it's-
normally rep the
Yeah.
same city you
That
play.
you
You
play
play
for.
for.
Not necessarily, because what if he grew up in Chicago but just played for a different team?
Well, true.
It's possible, but that
Hey.
was.
But yeah, because that's the story here. That during his rookie season with Detroit Pistons, Dave the Boucher also played Major League Baseball for the White Sox. I ain't saying where he grew up. I thought it was.
Yeah,
Way back.
Yeah, but still,
He was with the Detroit Pistons,
Yeah.
so there's that.
all right.
All right.
Toss up question.
Yeah.
Right when you gotta get one, but you guys ready?
Mhm.
I don't have to repeat the question, but if I don't hear anything, I'll repeat it.
Yeah.
What was All-Star power forward Larry Johnson's nickname? Splash Mountain, the Manimal, Grandmama, Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard dog.
Okay, right, what was your answer? You want me to repeat the
Yeah.
options?
Repeat the options.
Splash Mountain, the Manimal, Grandmama, Junkyard Dog. This is Larry Johnson's nickname.
What's the second one?
The Manimal.
10 seconds
The
ago. Yeah.
Manimal.
Nope. Nope. None
What
of
the
y'all
hell?
got it right.
Grandmama, is it?
Grandmama!
What the hell? What the hell, man? You kidding me,
Grandmama.
dog?
Larry Johnson's earned the nickname Grandmama for a popular series of Converse commercials that had him dunking all over the place in a granny wig and Mrs. Doubtfire dress.
That is
So-
madness.
That's well.
Yeah, that's well for real. That's well.
That's well.
So that's
Alright.
it. How much points you want, Hakeem?
I have
Four?
to be on boat.
No, three.
Three
still.
3 points. Yeah,
Wait.
3.
Yeah,
I don't
three.
know.
Because you got one this round.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? I can't believe this.
I say you're not.
You
Hakeem,
can redeem
you-
yourself. You can redeem yourself now.
Yeah.
All right, we got a
redeem
couple more
yourself.
questions here.
Right. Try to redeem
All right,
yourself.
Ravon, I'll start with you first. How many first round draft picks did the Clippers trade to Oklahoma City Thunder for Paul George? The options go from 2 to 5. How many first round draft picks did the Clippers trade to Oklahoma City Thunder for Paul George? PG-13.
5.
5. Correct.
That's what
Yeah.
I said.
First, it was.
That's what you said.
Yep. I was like this here, but obviously you can't see my tongue
Uh,
though. But I was like,
You going 5. Okay, all right.
it's Paul
All right.
George, buddy. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't
it,
say
got,
anything
it
else.
definitely could have been. It definitely could be 3. It was either 4 or 5 for sure. All right, Hansel, this one for you. So, Rayvon, you know, got your first point. You know, off the mark.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Pain.
Congratulations.
That's absolute pain.
All right. So, Hansel,
I'm gonna end up
What is-
last. B. I don't know basketball trivia.
what
Let's
did
go.
More than me
Boston?
right now.
What did Boston Celtics coach Red Auerbach often do when he thought victory was assured? A. Take off his tie. Take off his shoes. Smoke a cigar. Have a martini. That was. What did Boston
That's
Celtics
hard.
coach Red Auerbach often do when he thought victory was assured? Take off his tie. Take off his shoes.
Is this in
Smoke-
game or?
It doesn't indicate, but it's when he thought victory was assured. Smoke a cigar or have a martini.
I feel like cigars is really calm you down and get you in a nice, relaxed state.
These are
Taking
wild
off tie
responses.
is something that you might do in the game, but I don't see nobody taking off ties. So I'll go
Mid
with
game.
cigar. I'll go with
Cigar.
cigar.
Sure about this one?
Why not?
Good guess, huh? So good guess.
Hey, smoke a
All right.
cigar, man. Just breeze, before the game.
Was well known for smoking a cigar when he thought a victory was assured, a habit that became for many the ultimate symbol of victory during his Boston tenure. During his heyday in the 1960s, Boston restaurants would often say, "No cigar or pipe smoking except for Red Auerbach."
So you see, it had to be before the game, like
Yeah.
just relax.
If it
before
was,
the
I mean,
game.
if it was a smoke during the game, that is all time.
Yeah, that's
Gangster.
it's true.
I know it couldn't be martini because you just get antsy after drinking. No, nobody don't undress during the game on the court, so that's not gonna happen either. So
Deductive
I mean,
reasoning.
these players is doing it all the time.
but that's players. We talking about coaches.
All right, let's go, Rayvon. Who is the only player in NBA history to record more than 200 blocks and 200 steals in the same season? Michael Jordan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Scottie Pippen, or Julius Erving?
I know that answer.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
All right, let's see. Correct.
I didn't know that.
Hakeem,
answer.
Hakeem Olajuwon retired as the all-time league leader in total blocked shots with 3,830. But he also had a unique talent for a front court player for stealing the ball. In 1988 to 89 season, he recorded 213 steals and 282 block shots. That is
Crazy.
crazy.
Season.
That is crazy. That is whew. All right,
That's
Hansel.
madness. Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. What jersey number did Carmelo Anthony wear during his Denver Nuggets career? A 2, B 0, 3 7, D 15.
Carmelo. This is when he went to the Dream Team too, right? Or the Golden Team, or whatever it's called, the US team back then.
The probably redeem team. He was on the redeem team.
The Redeem Team.
Well, he was on
No,
one
but-
before.
right,
He was on the
Yeah, he was only
He was
redeemed team, but
yeah, he was, but he was on one before that. The Olympics before that when they got destroyed. And then they
Anyway.
renamed it the redeem team.
Give me the numbers again. 0.
2, 0, 7, and 15.
He don't look good in 7 or 0. I can go with 15.
All right. Well, I see you on
That's
the
a-
ball today, boy.
that is
I suggest-
crazy though.
I was like, you might see
don't-
look
But he
good
might
in
say he
zero,
don't look good in 0-7. That's a crazy thing, right? He might as well say
He don't
Whoa.
look good in 0-7.
Anthony sported the number 15 through his college days at Syracuse. In his early years with the Denver Nuggets, he was forced to switch numbers once he joined the Knicks because the number 15 was retired by the Knicks in honor of Earl Monroe and Dick McGuire. Okay.
So that's crazy.
So just got some.
That's
So
a total
Hansel back at
gap.
the 2. All right.
King.
This is the
He's a king.
question. All So like everybody, this is free for all right
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah.
what are the Dallas Mavericks named after?
A Maverick.
Novel, yeah, the Dallas Mavericks. Novel, TV show, Broadway musical, short story.
The first one.
All right, let's go.
Let me see.
I'm out. Eh, that felt too good to say.
Tell me, what was the other three options?
TV show, Broadway musical, short story.
A short story.
Eh,
What?
Gotta be musical
Yeah,
then.
but we both
it
have the
was
chances. So
Yeah.
NBA.
it was TV show.
Say
The
The
team it,
Mavericks?
the team's name comes from the 1957 to 1962 TV Western Maverick. James Garner,
Oh,
who
oh,
the
played the
okay.
title
horse?
Oh,
character in the
say
show, was a
yeah.
member of the original ownership group.
Okay,
Oh, ownership group.
interesting.
All right.
The only
So what do you
other
find?
Maverick I know is a horse, B.
Yeah, but in the western areas, that horse is a prominent figure. You know, they
Yeah.
used to race horses, shoot guns at the hip, amongst everything.
Draw gun hole.
All right. So what's the scores right now? I'm on 3.
King.
How many you on, Hansel?
I do. Hakeem, you get.
You can't see me, bruh.
I get 0 in
You
my
got
first tray,
I
and I
got
get 2
4,
just now.
bruh.
Hansel get 1. Yeah, Hansel get 2, and you get 2 in the first tray, and then your
So
second
I'm on
tray.
4.
How much you get, Hakeem, in your second tray? You get 1. Yeah.
Yeah, he get 1. He only
Yeah,
got 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
So
3. So
Hansel-
4-3. I might like guess then. Whoa. Well.
Yes.
Man, I ain't good at trivia.
Educated me. Educated,
I might have guessed.
educated
I might
guess.
be lucky the coin.
Yeah, boy. Come on.
Or the
Look
lucky
at buddy.
algorithm.
Wash off the
Or
man.
the luck of the algorithm.
I don't know.
Look at
Well, that was a fun one, man.
heads.
I don't know. I supposed to be resonant basketball. No, at all.
Supposed to be.
I
Supposed
can't
to be.
forget. I get a whole section wrong. Nothing. Zilch. 0. Nada.
Or the L.
Oh my goodness.
9. Hello.
Alright, so
All
we
the
crown,
0. All the ways you
we
can
crown
say
Hansel
0.
the only crown that he can get for the rest of the NBA season.
I like
It's
that
trivia
talk.
night.
I like
It's
that
trivia night.
talk.
Trivia night, you know, he got Teddy Wings where he could get them.
I like that talk. Yeah.
Teddy Wings where he could get them. Coming
like
for that
it.
predictions, man.
Uh-huh. Next week. Check me next week.
Check me next week.
Yeah, all right.
Check me next week when it's on top of the leaderboard, man.
Let me dive right into the half point checking because we just about there, and so far we've had a pretty good season, I'll say. Most teams start off slow and then they got into a little rhythm, and then they, like you predicted, kind of level off in terms of performances and what's not. Obviously, we couldn't escape the injuries. We all knew that was going to happen. Other teams start out really hot and then kind of tapered off, or maybe the other teams were that bad that made the other teams look good. So speaking of all of that, what is the team that's most likely to make a big trade for the trading window?
Lakers. They have to. They go to make some changes. They are going to make some change. Right now, they're out of the playoffs as we speak. LeBron is playing at a high level. Westbrook is actually playing at pretty well this season. Considering what happened last season and almost the beginning of this season as well too. AD's injured. Like they need to make a big trade. They need to get a little extra push
Humpty Dumpty.
to make it to make any playoffs. So Lakers for me.
So you can say that and not say who they're going to trade, Mr. Manager. If you going to say that, they can make a big trade.
I can't tell you what about Buddy Hield, if they're gonna get Miles Turner, if they might get Kyle Kuzma again, reunite with Kyle Kuzma, but they have to make a trade. The person
Probably
who they
not.
would trade, I can't tell you they might trade out people like Patrick Beverly,
Kyle
who
ain't
else
going
could-
back, that's for sure.
Kyle might come back. Come on, Kyle, how many rings does Kyle win? 1. Who did he win it with? LeBron.
But still, though, why would you go back to a team like right after them ditch you when you wasn't really supposed to be traded?
For 1, money. For 2, glory. For 3, the Washington Wizards are going nowhere. They have no magic tricks. They need to come back to LeBron, to
But-
Lakers.
But but Lakers ain't going nowhere either. So what's
Come
the
on, they're in
point?
the best, but they have a better chance than Washington Wizards. I mean, the last time I
Well,
saw Washington Wizards in the playoffs when Westbrook was there,
Here it
and they
is.
get knocked out first round.
Lakers'
Isn't
only chance is Anthony Davis being healthy. Full stop.
or to trade him for a bigger for a
I
superstar
think
or someone. I would trade. You might go trade AD for do a Paul George special, but
what?
But they ain't got no
Not
picks,
nearly.
dog. They ain't got no picks. They got two picks that they holding on to with them dear
no,
life. That's
no,
the
I'm
reason they
saying no,
didn't want to
no, I'm
trade.
saying they might have to trade AD to get a Paul George special to get 5 players from AD or something like that.
Them should give it AD because
But
at
Nah,
this
this
as we
you
point,
just
can't,
talked,
you
but we
can't,
just do it
you
in the
can't get, you
trivia.
can't get, you
Paul
can't,
George
you can't give
special
it
is a
AD.
bunch of picks.
No, it was 2 players. It was 3 players and 2 swap picks.
But as a bunch of picks, the majority, the biggest assets of the trade was picks. Them can't anything with picks. You can't talk with the Lakers. You got to talk players and players only. That's all.
They got shit for that.
And that
Well,
and that
they got
one
a couple
pick.
other players too. They got it was I can't remember the players. It was Shea and somebody and 2 other players. But point being, that's who I would trade for Lakers.
I would give it AD, big man.
Can't give it AD, man.
Can't give
Come
it
on, man.
AD.
Can't
Because
come on.
at the end
Can't
of the
give
day,
it.
Yo,
right, when he went on that stretch and he was playing phenomenal basketball for those couple of days, like 10 or 15 games, averaging must see 30 something points a game, 30 enough, 35 plus points a game, leading the league in rebounds, playing phenomenal defense. He was carrying that team truthfully. Not to
Yeah,
say,
you just if you could make it the playoffs and he is healthy in the playoffs.
yeah,
If if, let's say we knock out the first team in the first round in 4 games, that's 4 games there. Second round, knock them off in 5. That's 9 games gone. You might limp into the playoff finals healthy, but there's a chance.
but saying the words, if AD is healthy in any sentence is a blight on the team because at this point we know that
I
this
wish I
ain't
had
this
F
ain't
on
this
this
ain't true.
chalkboard right here. I wish I had a big F right here. And that's the only reason that I would give it KD because
The AD
it's not certain. His
health,
performance
yeah,
yeah,
his
his
health.
health, sorry, isn't certain. That's the only reason I would give it KD. Not K, yeah.
AD.
AD,
80.
AD. That's the only reason. Other than that, like if I could bank on him to be healthy, especially coming on to this part of the season where like it's very important, and beyond that, then yes, I could see him going for either a lot of money or some picks or something. But other than that, I would give it 80. That's the truth.
All right, my pick for the team most likely to make a big trade is the Bulls. Actually,
I was saying them need a trade.
they
Like
need
that's the
a
one
trade
thing.
at
That's
They
the
this
need
one
point.
thing that need a
They
they
trade.
need
need
to,
Lonzo back. They
they
need
need
Lonzo back.
they need to pick a route because all right, they made the
The most
Vucevic trade,
struggling.
and it didn't turn out. They turned out to be a. They made the playoffs last season, but it was you know,
I just
they
think
didn't have
Lonzo
any
was
shot
missing
at
that.
doing anything.
Lonzo was just missing that. I think that's
Yeah,
the only problem.
yeah,
Lonzo was
but
missing.
then Levine was missing. Then Caruso was missing. So they have a bunch of injury. I could say Lonzo more so. Lonzo and Zach Levine to some
Nah,
extent more so than anybody else. A bunch of injury prone players who haven't been available and haven't been able to get on the court to produce. And they are in a spot now. Even when there's only been a small sample size of Lonzo playing specifically, and it was only in that time they could say about, all right, I feel like we can make some movements in the East. Since Lonzo been out, they've been up and down. DeMar truly carried them most of last season, and I just don't think that DeMar is going to do that again. We already seen it already. Something could
DeMar's
happen.
an old turtle at this point.
Yeah, something could happen. Never know. He still got a whole half a season
Leg
to play.
shaking, butt
But
heavy.
I feel like a trade is going to happen because I just don't see them being a good team. Truthfully, how they are constructed at the moment. So it's the Bulls for me. I think they're going to make a big trade. I think either Zach Levine or Lonzo and somebody else, maybe Demar, might be traded.
I
Team
would
most
love
likely to
DeMar to
make the
come.
biggest surge up to the top or close to the top.
Well, Surge in general. I don't know if it's out the top or not.
Yeah, or it might be a
Lakers.
team that already at the top too.
Lakers. I
Ah,
see them reach.
jeez. No,
this might get whipped up
No,
purple and go flag through this whole
no,
segment.
big
You
man.
no,
know,
no, no,
I wanted,
no,
I
no,
wanted to time
no.
you.
But
I
look,
wanted
but
to time you so good, like last week. But I predicted I wanted to
no,
time you so good again.
but they go hand in hand. I can't say on one hand they make a big. You make a who makes a big trade to take a fall in the standings. You make a big
Philadelphia
trade. You
76ers.
make a big trade to surge in
Philadelphia
the standings. So I
76ers.
have
Hakeem is
Lakers to
always
make a big
sellers and
trade.
buyers.
Philadelphia 76ers.
I
Big
have Lakers
trade.
to make the big
Nowhere.
surge because they're gonna
Big
get the big.
trade. Nowhere.
They
Brooklyn
made the
Nets
playoffs.
last year. Big trade.
They made the
Nowhere.
playoffs and got washed. That was the aim. That was the aim for them.
Nowhere.
The Lakers are going to make
Regardless.
this surge is about the standings. This surge is not about the playoffs. We have them. I have them to make the playoffs. They're gonna. They right now they're 10th or 12th for some ridiculous position right now in
They're
the
gonna make a
NBA.
surge in loot and losses. They're gonna
And
lost
I
most games now. Watch
and
out.
when they make these trades, I have them to move right now. Look, they're right now in 13th position. My God, when they make when when they make, when they get these players and they make the trades, I expect them to
Bro,
move into playoff contention. They may make it seventh or sixth, but I have them to make the surge to move forward. So the Lakers is my pick. On to you know,
well,
Rayvon.
that's a good thing. Is you pick and not reality.
Yeah.
So we ain't really go.
My pick to make the biggest surge is even though they're a team that kind of already at the top, I think these once these 76ers get healthy, they are going to go for that number one seed. I think they're going to get it from the Celtics. And my big thing is, there's always skepticism with Embiid being healthy, but I think they have a recipe, the team construct to go and capture that number one seed by the end of the season.
If Durant come back, that give me a different story though. That's for sure.
Well, he got well. That's a pretty
A month ain't that far.
well, a
A month
month
is a
is a
lot
lot
of
of
games.
games.
A month is a lot of games.
That's
Yeah.
like 15 plus games.
You got, but well, lucky to be fair, the All Star break is coming up, so that might save them a bit.
Once KD back, I don't think Philadelphia can reach the top. Plus two, they gotta beat Bucks and they gotta beat Celtics.
I put him to get more wins than those teams in the second half of the season.
Well, they gotta do more than get more wins because right down them below them. So they gotta really win. Like win.
Yeah.
Team most likely to take the biggest fall. Please say Lakers.
Of course not. That'd be hypocritical. I have,
But that'd be truthful though.
that will not be it. I have Pelicans. I just feel like Pelicans have been playing well. And was down his back. They're gelling with CJ McCollum, but I just feel like they have some injuries to BI. Some of the players, I just don't feel like they can sustain this magnificent run they're on.
You
I
don't
don't say
want
I'm
them
not
to.
saying I don't say I'm not saying that they're gonna fall out of the playoff contention. I think they are a legitimate playoff team, but I do believe that they're gonna drop in standings. Right now they're in third. They might end up being a sixth seed. Worst case scenario, seventh seed. So I think injuries are gonna be might be the end might be the main reason, or that is the main reason for them deteriorating. So those are my reasons for the biggest fall.
I got the Phoenix Suns. From the start of the year, I would have put
Wait.
Phoenix Suns.
Where they
Um,
but so you thought this is fall in general and not fall from where they are currently.
Either way, they're
Okay,
falling.
because
They're
right
falling.
now they're 11th. Because
Yeah,
any worse is like
but
Lord.
the thing with the West, from fifth to all the way down to 13th, same Lakers, only a game and a half away from fifth. So like that on a nightly basis, the right now Dallas might be in fifth, and by next Saturday, Dallas might be in eighth or ninth, depending on how the week goes. Like that's how fast things change in the West because the parity in the NBA at all time high, title of
Yeah.
the stream. So many teams are making up the middle of the pack, and anything is possible, which is quite exciting if it being honest. Because last night,
Means it's competitive.
I'm pretty sure I saw Timberwolves and was in the sixth spot. No, Timberwolves in ninth, the Clippers in sixth, and in the sixth spot that they were in. So is at all time high. But back to the Suns, I just think that going into the season, Chris Paul would be a shell of
Hmm.
himself, um, and he's shown out to be that way. And as Devin Booker, I didn't think that he would have got. Well, you can't predict injury, but his injury is a big hit to that team because he's really the driving force of that team. Him being out for an extended period of time, their bench is kind of sucky. Dre Crowder won't come and play for them, so they got to let to trade Dre Crowder. So they got a lot of retooling to do to make themselves whole. Cam Johnson is also injured, so they got hit with the injury bug, and they didn't really have a deep roster to start with. So I think the things are going to be looking a little bit rough for the Suns for the foreseeable future.
All right.
Fair enough. Let me go a little bit quicker because we run out of time here for tonight's stream. Most shocking thing to happen in the NBA season so far. Not to
Sacramento
mention
is
it
the
is
top.
just
Sacramento is the fourth seed. Straight off.
Nice.
I don't think I got to explain that.
I had that. It was for me. It was between that and the Warriors. I didn't expect Warriors to be struggling how they're struggling right now, considering their players are all healthy.
Yeah.
But
good basketball.
I might say Sacramento just because we've seen this with the Warriors before. We've seen their fall off before, so I might go and say Sacramento Kings being in full position. I've never seen this in my entire life.
They have never seen that in their entire life either.
I have never seen this. I can't believe it. I was like,
Don't
Sacramento
worry.
Kings.
Warriors always do this. Warriors always slack off a little bit, make everybody feel like them under contention, and then come and blow away the whole league. Top 3 MVP candidates for right now.
In order.
I can't
Any
get
order.
that
I give
stuff.
it order. Jokic,
Okay.
Luka, Tatum.
For me, I can't say order. I had Tatum, I had Luka, and I had Jokic. I don't feel Jokic is gonna win it just because I can't see him getting the third MVP in a row. I just feel it's not gonna happen. Tatum has been playing outstanding. His team is in first. I just feel like he may edge it, or even Luka. But I had a Zion as an honorable mention. But my top 3 in no order: Tatum, Jokic, and Luka.
Zion for what?
We got the same
As an
thing.
honorable mention.
Okay. Just to call his name, I guess. Anyways, most underrated player so far. Quick.
Tyrese Halliburton, aka the
LaMelo Ball.
aka the new point guard.
Say
LaMelo
LaMelo
Ball
Ball?
what?
LaMelo
on,
Ball.
LaMelo Ball what?
LaMelo Ball. Hakeem Goal. I can make y'all think about this for next week.
Seth. I feel like Seth Curry is underrated.
All right.
Okay, fair enough. All right, this is the fastest market matchup prediction we ever do. I don't need to explain anything about why you picked this team. Portland versus Denver. Hakeem.
Denver.
Portland. There we go. Memphis. Hakeem. Memphis and Cleveland. Huh?
Memphis, sure. Yeah.
Everyone.
They got
No
Cavs.
doubt.
Oh, you banking on Cavs again. Celtics. Hakeem. Celtics versus Warriors.
Celtics. We're going
We're
to Irishman.
Against Celtics.
Boom. That's it, peoples, for this stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit me up on the Instagram. We will see you later, fam. Peace out.
Peace out.
That's